what's happening with your outreach to independent filmmakers.
Yeah. So I mean, look, we're not just doing it in video. We want to do it in all forms of creative. So illustrators, designers, videographers, writers. Just as much as we have in-house talent, we want to be a curator of outside talent as well. And because of some of the great work we've done over the last year, we've been able to attract some really top-tier talent. So some of the guys that I presented today, they've won Emmys, received Oscar nominations, Pulitzers, have a documentary on Netflix. And the idea is that we bring them in, put them directly in touch with the brand, and help them tell their story. So the outreach was pretty easy. I think we've had a lot of eyes on us over the last year, and we did some advertising around it. And then Kaylee King, our video lead, actually met with a lot of these filmmakers directly and sorted through their work and came back with the 5 that are the chosens. We make a big point not to define the format up front. We want the story to define the format. So for example, with some of the work we showed with Shell, we never discussed doing video from the get-go. It just sort of came to be that video is going to be the best way to tell that story. Now, some of our work with Goldman Sachs or Chevron earlier in the year was purely about data, so we only wanted to work in visualizations. So the most important thing is that we just have format sort of as a secondary offering and the best story possible up front.
How do brands participate in these videos?
How do they engage with us? Yeah. It really ranges. We have some brands that was kind of the point we wanted to make today is, forget the narrative that you can't talk about your products or you can't talk about your brands or you can't involve your executives. Quality is the key, and we can do everything from produce a story from start to finish and just put a brand's logo on it, to bringing the executives in to do more of a Q&A, to purely talking about a product. As long as it's a great story, readers will find it interesting. And going back to your earlier question, this content is surfacing up anywhere. I think one of the great lines is that great content will always find its way to its natural audience. So as long as we focus on that story, we feel like we can get audiences anywhere. And on the back end, obviously the Times audience is a key component, but the fact that we're building this content and delivering it to brands, they've been able to use it on their own channels as well. So as it stands right now, we've got work on Colhan.com, Dell, TechPage One, and Goldman Sachs' homepage.